Okay, so I think we're recording on everything now.
Red light on this one, red light on that one.
Okay, how about sync? There we go.
Waka waka.
Waka waka. Okay, I put my phone away here. Hint, hint. That's joking.
Get that shit out.
Yeah, well, you gotta attach your mic still, too.
Should be good.
That's a solid green. Okay, good. That's good.
Does the facing of it matter? I'm assuming it's just the top, right?
Yeah, I think it's just the top. Yeah. It sounded fine when we did our test here.
As long as you don't scream. Make sure there's something.
Yeah, if we scream, there's a bit of an echo. Not too surprising. What is this? Zengatita. Zengatia.
I don't even see it.
What you looking for?
There you go.
Oh.
New phone.
Oh, I hear you, man. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, welcome to Adventures in Podcasting, Episode 1, with our guest, Rugor Rye.
Waka waka.
Waka waka. So why don't we start there? A lot of people don't know you very well. A lot of people have probably only seen you as a CO or an XO at one of these mill sims when they're just kind of a peon like myself. So let's start off. What does waka waka mean?
It means a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Waka waka together is more like an exciting. It's pretty much a filler. A lot of people just have different slangs and different words they use.
Yeah.
I just use it's like, for example, waka would be like a greeting.
Okay.
Waka waka is more like a hell yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And it's all depending on how it's used or vibed. Because, if somebody's just like, waka, they might be asking, where are you at?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Or
right.
I see you over there, like, that's waka,
Okay, I got it.
That way I can, if there may be another Rye out there.
Yeah.
Or Rugor, who knows?
Yeah.
But if somebody says waka across the field, you might end up hearing 10 back, which is also the funny part.
Yeah, especially when all the push squad is out there,
Mm-hmm.
and G-Unit, and everybody else who knows you pretty well.
And that's how we work without the comms.
Okay.
So that was a major thing that I was trying to incorporate, that people in the airsoft community, at least that I run with, know the waka. So if we're coming in a room at night, which I probably shouldn't be telling y'all.
Yeah.
But we got new challenge words. But anyway, the friendly one is, if you're entering a building, if you drop the waka, you don't get one back because they're confused. Or if they drop the flocka, that's definitely somebody that doesn't know what's going on, and shoot them.
Okay.
Yeah, because most people think the waka flocka.
Okay, yeah.
And no.
They're not it. Okay.
No, it's waka waka.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Interesting. I hope that happens to me and I catch it on camera so I can shoot an impersonator.
Yep.
Would that be like stolen valor to you?
No.
Okay.
No, that'd be awesome. That'd be honored. That'd be awesome.
Stolen waka.
No, use that, big dog.
Yeah. So yeah, speaking of airsoft, I'm curious about everybody. How did you first get into airsoft?
Me personally, it was for pistol training.
Okay.
I don't like pistols per se, although everyday carry. So that's why I wanted to technically step that up to be able to put my life behind the skill that I'm trying to acquire, and that would be fast shots, quick shots, being very comfortable in different situations with a pistol, which if I'm not at a stationary target, pistols for me are annoying.
Okay.
If I have a carbine or a rifle or anything of the such, it's not even a question. I can stick and move. I can be I can be dynamic. We're good to go. The flow is there. But when it comes to the pistols, I guess because I'm goofy, I'm normally left-handed, but this, like, I shoot the rifles left, but the pistol is the right. So it's awkward for me to I'm constantly trying to decide which, so that's why I wanted to train with the pistols.
Okay.
And then I ended up setting up a little shooting range in my backyard, a little plinking range.
Okay.
And then we discovered...
Airsoft plinking range, I'm guessing.
Right, yeah, and we discovered that we can actually go out and test it, mano a mano, actually do some force-on-force combat with them. And then I realized that the sport was actually pretty fun and entertaining, And to me, it was more of a surprise therapy. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's when I realized that, wait a minute, I'm getting a lot of rewards out of this, and this was just to play around with a pistol, just to get better at a pistol.
Yeah.
So that was the entry to airsoft, was just trying to mess around with a pistol. And next thing you know, I'm have the aptitude to step into leadership. So a lot of people kind of were looking towards a positive influence to per se help the sport, as some people say. I call it therapy.
Yeah.
Some people call it a game, but I call it therapy. And I always stick to that, because the sport helps so many people, tremendous amount of people. Some people that have speech impediments, some people that have actual ailments. You know what I mean? They can't even speak to people in public, but they can sure run it on the airsoft field.
Hell yeah.
And that kind of ties into why I'm in those positions, because I'm looking to help people. You know what I mean? So if I see somebody out there that looks like they're having fun, but they're little like, what do you call it? Shelled up. Yeah, hesitant. I'll just run over there and call out a play, or I'll show them, hey, I'll do it, I'll lead. Next thing you know, 2-3 weeks later, they're fully kitted up and they're going harder than, you know what I mean?
That's perfect.
Inspiration.
That's exactly what we need for our sport to grow.
Yeah.
And I personally got into airsoft a very similar way. Ammo prices went skyrocketing in 2020. Remember that? Still up there. They're coming down a little bit, but not all that great. But I got my HK VP9. This guy right here. I think this is my first airsoft gun ever. And
is it a Springer? No,
it's a gas blowback.
Okay, gas.
It's beautiful. And I was shooting in the backyard. I was like, this is pretty fun. And then I decided to shoot myself in the foot.
You were like, oh, that's not bad.
Yeah. No, it hurt. I was wearing my slippers, so I shot myself right in the knuckle. Yeah. I was limping over to the target. I was like, oh, that hurt.
Yep.
And yeah, I was that guy. I was hesitant at first because I was by myself at the field, and it's not something that I'm incredibly used to. But it's one of those things that you just have to kind of overcome, and it's a lot easier when you have a person like you who's willing to lend their knowledge, lend their experience, and their honestly just their friendship in general.
That's why I gravitated towards it.
It's important. So do you remember what your first game was like? How long ago was that you got into it?
I'd say now an easy 2.5 years.
Okay.
Our first game, I was actually there with my XO Bratcher, because we were actually watching online to check out fields that we would want to go to.
Okay.
And we ended up picking BTA because it was the closest, Black Tiger.
Great field.
And we went out there just to watch for maybe an hour.
Yeah.
But we brought our stuff just in case.
Cool.
And I ended up, using the Amazon AK. Everybody has the Kalashnikov anniversary one.
Yep.
That was the first rifle that I bought. That technically I built up. We now it's the Slay K.
It's this one, right?
Yep. Close to it.
Close to it.
Close to it. Yep.
I need a trigger. For
I had the folding stock.
Ah, okay.
Yep. But yeah, that gun that day was pretty fun.
Yeah.
I remember coming home that day thinking that was the most fun that I've had in a while.
Mm-hmm.
For pretty cheap.
Yeah, right.
For pretty cheap. Like I've traveled the world. I've done a lot of stuff. And that first game, just going out there, being able to, as someone would say, test your might, test your skills.
Yeah.
Being able to, what you have in your head or what you think you can do on Call of Duty, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Apply that in real world and see if you don't get shot, or see if you can get a kill streak. That was my first. Let me see how it's the highest kill streak I can get. So of course you stay back for a little bit and you're like, wait a minute, this is too easy. So then you start pushing forward, and the next thing you know, I'm front lining it, and I'm already across the field. I'm in enemy territory, getting friendly fired because I'm in areas you're not even supposed to. And then that's when I realized how much, like I said, how much fun.
Right.
I was like lost in the sauce.
Yeah. Because you're not really dying. You're just playing a game, but it's in real life.
Mm-hmm.
You're actually touching grass and you're actually interacting with people. It's a great thing.
Yep. Well, the focus nowadays for my team is to slow down in the field because people get burnt out immediately. Just like I said, getting lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one thing that I try to tell people, or we'll take the lead, if we can.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing I've learned over the events that we've been going to is people got to hydrate, take care of it, and if they're not taking care of it, they don't need to think that they're not, Superman. You don't need to do that. Just play at your own speed. Just play at your own speed, like how I would tell, a 13-year-old or a 14-year-old if they're inquiring, maybe even a 10-year-old. It doesn't matter really the age as long as you're protected in the face, but I always say, let's say the game field is here.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to start back here. You're going to get shot here because you don't really want to get, doesn't want to hurt.
Right.
So you get shot back here and you're like, oh, that's not too bad. So you start moving up. You get shot, well, that's not too bad. You start moving up.
Yep.
And then, at your age level, you can take your pain level and you decide where you want to play in the field. You don't have to be. And that's when people start catching on. It's like, oh, wait a minute. So anybody can do this.
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole point.
That's the beauty of Airsoft. It really is for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can play it so long as you can pull the trigger and you can preferably walk. You can play Airsoft.
Call your shots.
Yeah, and call your hits, of course.
The integrity part.
Integrity is huge. We cannot function without it. You better have integrity if you're watching this.
Yep. And self-discipline. That's a big thing in this sport.
Mm-hmm.
And it will expose a lot of your, per se, insecurities if you have them. Because I've watched a lot of people showcase some bad traits and then work on those and come back and bring better energy into the community.
Yep. I've seen that happen time and time again, and it is so rewarding to see that. To see a person who had issues with calling their hits, who had issues with their emotions, particularly anger.
Right.
And you see them join a team. You see them excel in that team. You see them get a new name or something like that because they
the persona's changed.
Exactly. Yeah. They're a different person at that point because they've grown. And that's the beauty of Airsoft is, you see people grow. Now, one of the questions I've got for you, your team, you're the leader of Push Squad.
CO.
CO.
Former. Right now, I'm just acting as CO, just face card right now.
Okay.
Bracker 19 has stepped into CO status just for...
you're on my list, Bracker.
I've got stuff going on right now that I need to take care of. Of course, we all have life, so I'm going to...
Adulting.
Yes, unfortunately, adulting. Mm-hmm. So I've got to be the face card, which I don't mind. The networking and stuff, that comes natural to me, so I don't mind helping and being the positive influence that I can be for people and trying to be a pillar in the community. But for right now, Bracker is definitely going to step up and will be leading the squad. And he's going to be he's going to be kicking ass.
Yeah, he's going to be great. He is on my list for the podcast. My list is huge. Like the more people I talk to, they're like,
honored to be the first.
Yeah, well, you were one of those people that right when I thought about having a podcast, you were like number one that popped into my head because you're a fascinating person, and we don't ever get time to just sit down and talk. So, cheers to that, brother.
Cheers, brother. Cheers to Airsoft, man.
Hell yeah. You get to meet a lot of interesting people. So, like I was talking about Push Squad, I'm curious what the name means. Is it because you keep pushing up on the field, like you were talking about earlier?
That just happens to be what we do. It's not how it started. It actually started from Xbox. It's actually a long story, so I'll try to keep it as short as possible.
All right.
But Push Squad, capital P, lower us, capital H, just to be clear.
Okay.
So Push Squad, what we originally were online was a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 clan.
I love that game.
Back then.
Yeah.
So that's how long Push Squad has technically been a team.
Wow.
And there's actually members all over the country because we would actually go visit each other. So we were actually good teams. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So when we got on, we all bonded. So when we got online, we just smashed.
Okay.
And then we had a few different names, and it ended up being Push because, anytime you saw any one of our names, like the clan names,
Mm-hmm.
you just left the lobby. We were like, oh, so we're just pushing them out.
Right. Okay.
So we started putting push up on there, and then we actually liked that, and then we realized, like I just said, if we keep putting our name on here, they won't even play with us, so we can't even get games because we're dogging other teams.
That's
like actual competitive teams. We're just dogging them.
Huh.
Like they're getting paid to play, and we're not. We're just crushing them. And like I said, they won't even leave. They won't even play. They'll just leave the lobby because it hurts their score and it hurts their records and whatnot.
It's not worth it to fight you.
It's not. So we had to actually start putting random names. You had to make your own. I had to make my own. He had to make his own, and then we'll play together as we're not the team. But
interesting.
So we carried that over from from Xbox to Airsoft.
Okay.
Just because of the brand, and I know if I do it over here, let's say a buddy in Connecticut wants to, he can have his own, team over there, or New York, and yeah, he can have his own team. So technically, we can have branches in any state that we have an ex-member or a former member or a current member.
That's nice. So you could have some giant jamboree where you all get together and
yep,
you could be in your own
keep
side.
Keep the brotherhood together. Yeah,
that's great. I love that idea. How often do you guys get together as a big group?
The former squad, we're technically everybody on the team for the Airsoft team in Florida. We've all been friends for, I'd say, 20 plus years.
Okay.
So we're all like family.
Okay.
We're a tight-knit group. We have a few children on the team.
Sweet.
One's 17, I think. I think they're both 17, actually. I got to check on that. I know they had to do the waivers for Matt's event.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did they have to get their parents to sign?
Mm-hmm. But he always plays with them, too, and he's a vet.
Oh, great. Okay.
So
well, that's easy.
It goes hand in hand. And
the worst comes to worst, he'll sign it the day of.
Correct. Yeah, and we actually, the funny part is about that waiver is the video Matt used. He was in the video.
Really?
Yeah. So we had already previously been playing on all of Matt's events.
That's funny.
With the young ones. He didn't. We didn't even know it because it wasn't ever written in there. You had to be, because plus he was with his dad, and it was just funny the way it all worked out. That that year he was using that video. Like, we can't have any kids, but there's a kid
in the video. Yeah. Oops. Yep. I think that's mainly for unescorted children.
Yeah.
That way they're not like.
Yeah, I've seen that before. Like at this recent event here, there was 3 young kids. I'd say 10, maybe 13, maybe, right? 14 tops. And they were running in groups, but every now and then I'd see one by himself, and then he's just running and looking around. I'm like, follow us, buddy.
That's got to be so scary.
Yeah, follow us. Just fall in, because I could tell you're lost, and
yeah, you
got to have somebody like with our team. We're not gonna. We have comms. We have the Aries Alpha app. We all know where we are at all times. If our teammates get lost, you can just pull the phone out.
I love that thing.
The Aries Alpha is awesome.
Yeah, I'm hoping they're going to use that at more milsims. But that's good that you were able to help that kid. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that we got to do more of. Although I'm hoping that parents won't be doing that in the future. Don't do that to your kid. That's so messed up, dude.
Yeah.
You drop them in
It was one. To be fair, it was one guy, and he was trying to cover 3 kids that I remember.
Oh, they weren't okay.
Yes.
So they weren't alone.
Yeah,
right,
so they weren't stranded. But when when you die at an event, you got to go back, and they got to stay. And do they want to RTB with you? Do they want to return back? Or, so sometimes the whole team will be like, okay, half of us are dead, so we are all going back. And sometimes it's like, I'm not going back because I'm in a great foothold. I'm not moving. I can me here. Mm-hmm. I can hold it all, so I got to stay. It just depends on the play that you're in. And yeah, if I can help, I always will.
Hell yeah, yeah. We need to really focus on that in this sport. That's the only way it's going to keep growing. I mean, a lot of people don't want to bring their kids out there because they feel like they won't be treated with any sort of respect. They'll be shot up or
right.
Worse comes to worse, you have one of those terrible guys that wants to kidnap them or something like that. I mean, there's just such a wide range of things that if we could just show people that, for the most part, airsofters are the kind of people you definitely want to have around you. We'll have
Yeah,
more of them coming out.
yeah, you'd be surprised. That is actually one thing that took me by surprise. Personally, I just assumed everybody in airsoft was going to be a LARPer.
Yeah, same.
Either they're going to be a child or they're going to be a LARPer. And
Mm-hmm.
next thing you know, by the way, I'm Special Forces. By the way, I'm such and such. I'm blah blah blah. I'm about to be deployed, and I can't even tell you this and that. And it's like, wait a minute, I've been running with you all day.
Yeah.
We were flowing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? What?
Yeah.
Me as just a civilian, nobody special. I'm training with people that actually have government training.
Yep.
Now I'm sponging that up.
Yeah. We're all learning from each other.
Yep.
I mean, that's the great thing about getting to know each other. That's one of the things with this podcast that I really want to do. I think a lot of the veterans don't make themselves known for the most part because they're just
trying to relax.
Yeah, they're trying to relax. They honestly, I think sometimes they probably just don't want to be bothered. They just want to go out there and have fun, kind of like
be a nobody.
Yeah, like if you saw Tiger Woods playing golf and you were playing with him, like,
right.
Are you going to go up to him and ask him like how to improve your strokes?
Yep.
How can I take 3 strokes off my off my game? Come on,
right?
Tiger,
Yeah.
help me out,
be a
buddy.
whole line of people waiting for the same question.
Yeah, I'm sure it gets annoying as hell.
And that's another thing why I use it as well. Is it's an escape. Sometimes you just got to turn that brain off.
Yeah,
just go out there and let it go.
Yeah, that's why I love the Weekend Warrior stuff. That's why I just love going out there with nothing but the chest rig and my rifle.
Yep.
I wear clothes,
minimalistic kit. Yep.
Yeah, no special kit.
Yep. None of it's needed.
I'm usually wearing like a bright shirt because I'm a giant and I'm already visible from like a mile away. Anyways, they can pick me off pretty damn easy. But it's fun. But one of the things that I think most people don't know about you that only play airsoft with you is that you have a pretty awesome rap career, or what I would call a rap career. I was just listening to Water Whippin' again this morning because I was trying to get prepared. I started listening to all your other stuff, but like Water Whippin' is that like earworm for me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I did my job.
Yeah, it's Water Whippin',
right?
It just kind of sticks with you. You're like, damn.
Good.
You hear it once, and you hear it for like a week afterwards.
Good, because it did the same to me as I was writing it.
Yep.
It was so good.
I can tell. It was fantastic, man.
Yeah, with the music right now, it's on the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if I get back to it. It was fun when I did.
Check out all of his videos and like and comment and all that kind of stuff. Subscribe to Rugor Rye. Let's make him come out of retirement. Come on.
We'll see. I do got some unreleased music that I've always been teasing Drew about. So
I know you've been teasing me for like a year now.
Yeah, I've got at least 2 albums worth. It's just all about organization, and time management. Of course, I'm an adult now, so
it's hard. It's so annoying being an adult, dude.
Bills. You got to chase bills. You know.
I know.
I've chased the dreams long enough. That's where the rap career came in.
Yeah.
Now it's time for investing.
Yep.
And bossing up, moving on with the companies and stuff.
Yep. You can always do the rapping on the side, though. Yeah, like an adult. But you can always, with just the way that YouTube is.
Yeah, once I get things in order, of course. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely would like to double back to it and just do music because I do it from the heart.
Yeah, I can tell.
So I would love to double back to it, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. We'll see.
Did you ever do any live concerts or anything like that, or is it all just music videos and recordings?
No, I've done technically 3 or 4 shows. I just did one recently as a birthday gift. I performed 3 songs for a buddy that he was putting on a local show.
Hell yeah.
So it was kind of a private thing. I put out a little bit of invitation, but
okay.
It was basically, like I said, it was a birthday thing, so I did it for him.
Yeah.
And they actually had, it was bigger than I thought it was. I thought it was just going to be like some low-key thing, but they actually had a lot of artists in there. So it was kind of a blessing for me to get a chance to retouch it,
Hell yeah.
It was pretty cool.
How did it feel?
I missed it.
Yeah. Did it feel like you had that electric feeling?
It felt like I was out of touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like holding the mic all weird and stuff.
Just trying to remember lyrics from that far ago.
Yeah, I could see that being a problem.
Yeah.
You know,
When there's so many other things on my mind, especially when I'm trying to, it's tax season.
yeah,
I own my own company.
yeah,
Also, I'm trying to get more property, so there's a lot of paperwork.
I hear you. Yeah, I'm not in the property game per se yet, but I'm hoping to be eventually. Hopefully, this whole thing will end up at some kind of commercial building someday, where it's kind of dedicated to that.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, exactly.
Where there's a will, there's a way. Just practice your P's.
Yeah,
If you don't plan, you're preparing to fail.
exactly. Yeah, luckily you're surrounded by a lot of good people, you know. And you were talking about your businesses. So, what kind of businesses are you currently operating?
At the moment, it would be I'm the owner and operator of Rye's Property Management and Maintenance. Technically, it's what I've been doing my whole life behind the scenes. While I was doing the wrapping and whatnot, I was actually fixing rental properties and taking care of homes and appliances or whatever. Basically, if you can break it, I could fix it or replace it type deal.
Perfect.
So
I got some stuff for you.
That's not my thing to call it out, but yes, I can fix all that.
He totally called it out when he came in here, by the way. Drew, you don't have those outlet covers on? They haven't been on there for 3 years, dude.
Only because you're the inspector.
I know, this is an inspector's house, okay? It's kind of like a mechanic's car.
Yeah.
All right, it's not the best.
No.
I know what's wrong with it. I'm just...
But it's okay.
Yeah.
I approved it.
Yeah, and it's fine for now. It's not an immediate or a short-term issue yet. When it gets to that time, it is a replacement reserves problem.
Yeah.
Which means, 1 to 10 years.
Oh, I get it.
In my realm of things. But yeah, I'm a little bit behind on some of my chores. But
I think we all are at some point.
Yeah,
I think we all are.
It's that thing about being an adult where they all just kind of pile up on you.
It never ends. It never ends. That's where Airsoft helps sometimes.
Yeah.
You get a little bit overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
Just go sling some BBs.
That's my favorite thing to do on the weekends. You were talking about it as being like therapy. You're not the only person who's described Airsoft as being therapy. So I'm curious what that means to you.
To me personally, the therapy factor is I get to shut the brain off.
Mm-hmm.
As I've mentioned,
no paperwork,
right? And B, which is probably should have been A, but I had shoulder surgery. A lot of people aren't aware of because I carry it well, and I've done a lot of physical therapy, like literally every day. I try to work out if I can twice a day. Second workout would be light rubber bands or baby weights. First workout is more like strength training now that I've actually got past the baby weights and rubber bands, and that's the whole point of what I'm getting to is the Airsoft helped my body get back acclimated to being an ass kicker.
Perfect. Yeah, because I remember when you couldn't even lift your left arm, period.
Yep.
Like, I remember you kind of picked it up like this at your elbow, but you couldn't do this.
Yep.
And I mean,
had no range of movement.
Yeah.
None of this. Yep.
So what caused that injury?
Long story short, technically, a massage therapist yanked my arm way past, basically just stretched it like this.
Oh, snap.
And then stretched it past my ear, and I felt it tear.
Oh.
And it just didn't sit right and it didn't heal right. And I tried to keep going and just keep eating at it, beating at it.
Yeah.
Years go by. And then I tried to play it off like it was nothing. Ended up going to Ecuador to surf. The waves were way stronger than I thought over there.
Yeah.
Because I'm used to paddle, barely catching a wave over here. And
on the East Coast.
Right. And then over there, I set up, I look back, dig in one stroke, it's already overhead. I look, what? Okay, that was cool. I take it, come back up, pop up. See a wave, no big deal. Take the wave, come back up, see another wave. Sets are almost over. I'm like, all right, cool. Grab the bait, grab the board, because the last wave sometimes is normally just a little one, so no big deal. I grabbed the board, and that's where I did wrong, because I grabbed the board, and apparently the water caught the board the wrong way and just pulled my arm right out of socket.
Oh.
So since everything was already beat up in there,
yeah, it just came out
it was just yank right
out
out
like a loose tooth.
Yeah, just popped right on out, and apparently it tore my bicep as well.
Oof.
Yep. So
those muscle things are hard, man. They take forever.
That was tough. That was definitely tough.
So you're back to 100%?
Yeah. I would say 90-ish.
90-ish. Well, yeah. I mean,
90-ish,
we're over 30.
Yeah.
So well, we're on the wrong side of 30 for sure, dude.
I'm back to benching. I think my max last week was 165.
Okay.
This week I was struggling at 160.
That's still good though.
Yeah, I think it's because I gave blood on Sunday.
Yeah.
And Monday I worked out, did chest day, and some just felt weak. And Tuesday it was arm day, and I was pulling back close to my normal. I used to be able to curl 100, 110, no problem.
Okay.
Like I used to be able to curl plates.
Yeah, that's what I've got out there.
So that's why I'm looking forward to getting back to curling plates. And I was getting close. I was up to 35s on both sides. So
that's good.
I'm basically there finally. You know
good.
what I mean? So that's what I'm back to doing, my strength training, and thankfully that's thankful for Airsoft for helping me first get off the couch, get back out there, get acclimated, get the legs moving, test the body, test my wind again.
Yeah.
Test how long I can do this for.
Yeah, sometimes it is an endurance thing.
Mm-hmm. I was unaware. I'm sure, like a lot of people are. They step into it and just think it's, they get, like I said before, they get lost in the sauce and don't realize how long they're playing some of these events.
Mm-hmm.
And the body can only take so much, which is why I train so hard. In some of these events, they think I'm just like kicking ass, and it's like, no, you don't see me every day.
Right, you don't see the gym.
You don't see me every day.
All the sweaty clothes.
Yeah, there's a lot of food that I have to eat to get the muscle back that I lost from. Technically, before this shoulder was destroyed, I actually had this one destroyed, so I had to rebuild twice.
Jeez.
So right when this arm was good, and I was like, all right, we're good. That's where I was doing the massages, getting worked out, doing my thing, and then that's when that guy hurt this arm, and I'm like, oh, damn, zero.
Yeah.
So I'm very thankful for Airsoft, because I didn't think they would I'd be able to find something to, because I used to box a lot and do a lot of sports.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think there was anything left that I could actually do at my speed.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's something that won't hurt you.
Correct.
Just by playing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm right there with you, man. I recently tried to pick up cycling again. It's not much, but it's something for your legs for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I sit at my desk for like 8 to 12 hours a day during the week.
Oh, yeah.
That is not good for you.
Nope.
I've had to start getting up like every hour on the hour.
That puts more context on why your back hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Last year or whenever when you sneezed.
Yeah.
That puts way more context.
Yeah, it's literally just a sneeze. That's all it took. But that's because I wasn't taking care of myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what kind of food were you eating to make your shoulder feel better? Like red meats and stuff?
Right now I do smoothies. It's a lot of fruits that helps with the metabolism to kick it in, so I can actually try to stay lean while I'm bulking.
Good. I might try that.
But right now, since I'm in bulk mode, I'm literally eating anything that hits on my plate. Normally I just try to eat thin. I try to eat chicken. A lot of vegetables.
Yeah.
Stay away from the fried crap. Sodas are no good.
No, they're not.
They're just not good for you. Drink as much water as you can, because your muscles will appreciate that, especially if you're trying to rebuild like I did.
Mm-hmm. Muscles and your tendons too.
Correct. Yeah. And unfortunately, I used to laugh about it when I was a child. My dad used to eat the fish oil pills and stuff like that, and now I do it because you actually need the synovial fluids for your joints, and it helps things not grind, and it helps things, if they're not grinding, they can heal.
Yeah, I'm going to add fish oil. I recently just added B12 and zinc.
Yep, B12 I take every day as well.
Yeah.
Yep, as well as calcium, because I'm trying to put on the weight, so that helps for the bone mass, for the bone growth.
Yeah.
So that your bones can actually handle the new weight. That way you're not too heavy and snap something.
Yeah.
And
I'm lucky I
especially
don't
when we
have
all
that
get
problem.
older, all of us, when we all get older, look at all of you.
Yeah,
Your bones, believe it or not, thin as you age. So
they do. If you've ever been to an old folks home, that's
yeah,
the most. It's not just their muscle that they're losing, man. It's
the bone shrinks and
yeah,
the muscle shrinks. So that's what I'm trying to stay ahead of the curve now because I've been what I call unabled. My body not working.
yeah.
That I don't want to do that again. That is not recommended.
It sucks, dude. Like
Yep.
that's why I'm being so careful about my house. Like I'm doing all the stuff that I should do when I'm like 80.
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting in the grab bars at the toilets and stuff like
Hey,
that.
safe and smart.
Dude,
Yes,
like
sir.
after I
Better
blew
safe
my
than
back
sorry.
out in the bathroom, I'm not doing that again.
Uh-uh.
Or if that happens again, at least I'm gonna have something to grab onto that won't snap in my hands.
Yep.
Stupid towel bar,
Come right off the wall.
dude. It shards too. So if you fall down, like you're gonna cut yourself, man. It's like the worst idea ever. God. But yeah. So another thing I know about you is that you go to Costa Rica on a regular basis. That's one of your other kind of therapeutic things you do for yourself.
Yep. That's where technically I like to surf because it's medium waves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Nothing too crazy.
You don't have to paddle your ass off to catch a wave. You can just go to the right spots and the power's correct. And, you just a couple paddles and you're in there if you know how to line it up.
Hell yeah.
It's very good for amateur surf, which I'm not a pro surfer. I wouldn't even claim to be a pro surfer. Nothing of the such. I just like to surf. I'm an advocate of surfing and being out there in the water, which I was sort of raised on the water, so I'm a water boy.
Hell yeah.
So anything to be involved with that.
Water whipping.
Yeah, exactly. So anything involved with the water, I'm all in it. And Costa Rica is kind of like my escape.
Yeah.
From the United States, and I've been on vacations before, but the first time we went there, it was just felt like home.
Yeah.
Felt like the right place.
I get it. I felt that way when I was in Mexico.
The vibe was right.
Yeah, it just feels right. That's what I love about Florida. It kind of feels like those kind of places, but it's still.
Yeah, this is always going to be my home.
Yeah, I'm gonna be buried here in Florida soil if I'm buried at all, unless they'll launch me at outer space, which is preferable.
You'll find me out floating in the water. I'm Viking, so
hell yeah,
we burn, and 5 miles out is technically what my family's tradition is.
Yeah,
we go 5 miles out from the coast, where you can't see anything, 360.
Interesting.
And that's where we do our service.
Then you light the boat on fire
if they want to. It's normally just what I've seen is just ashes. As long as we go out to certain locations, we have a spot for my family.
Same. It's the lake where the lake house is.
Yep, that's dope.
Yeah, my uncle's in there. It's interesting how how those places of burial become
important. Yeah, especially. Yep. Yeah, for me it is.
It's a place that it's sad one day and another day it's like almost hopeful.
Yep. No. Speaking of the water boy and that, some positive.
Mm-hmm.
Because of that, I'm never afraid of anything in the water.
So you're not afraid of sharks, or
doesn't matter what's in that water. As a child, my father told me, "This is where I'm going to end up anyway. So if something kills you in here, it's meant to be."
Yeah. All right. Odds are, if you spend enough time in the water, something's going to kill you there. Everything's trying to kill everything in the water.
That is true.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing, as a child. To ease my mind, I guess, to know that this is where I belong.
I like that.
Regardless of what happens, don't stress it because you're coming back here.
Right. That's beautiful. That's a great way to say that. Is it an ocean or is it like a lake or something?
Ocean.
Ocean.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's even nicer.
Yeah. For us, it's the Gulf.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's golf is great. I've been wanting to get a pontoon boat just to go out there and really enjoy it properly. Meaning to drink a lot.
Some of the spots out there are beautiful.
Yeah, find one of those sandbars that you can set up a grill on.
Tying back into Costa Rica, that's why we go there. It's breathtaking.
Yeah,
the vibe is right. I've told a lot of people you can't really explain it, but the the happiest person here is pretty much equal to the most upset person there because they're all happy over there.
So are they all happy just because of?
They're happy.
Yeah.
They're not fighting for each other or dog eat dog. They're actually, it's cool. It's all pura vida. It's all beautiful. It's all good.
Yeah, I worked with a Colombian or a Costa Rican guy in college who played the didgeridoo.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Do they play the didgeridoo a lot out there?
I haven't seen it. No,
I think he was just a hippie.
I haven't seen it. No.
Oh God,
of course,
I can't remember.
I normally do the vacation style. You know, we don't really like.
You don't get to spend too much time with the locals, I'm guessing.
I don't. Not when I'm there. I just want to shut everything off.
Yeah, you're there for you.
That's what I pay for.
Yeah.
I'm going there to shut the whole world out. This place is just beautiful, and the people that I do interact with are all awesome.
Yeah.
It just so happens to be that every person I interact with is awesome there. So
yeah,
I like to keep it that way and don't want to overdo it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally get it.
Try to talk to too many people and find some bad ones, and then no, I'm good.
And then it ruins your whole.
Yeah.
And then you have to find a whole new place.
Correct.
And you find Rugor Rye going to like Sweden. He's hanging out in saunas all of a sudden.
I definitely want to travel the world. There's a lot of them on my bucket list.
Dude, same here. Sweden's on my list. That place sounds awesome. They've got guns everywhere.
Really?
Women are hot, yeah.
I didn't know they were gun friendly like that. I just assumed since they were over there was no guns.
No, the Swiss Alps apparently have just a ton of bunkers all throughout them with giant like anti-tank guns.
Awesome.
From World War II, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, I watched a documentary on it, and they had this guy that was at a farm, and he opens up a barn door, and there's just an anti-aircraft gun sitting in there.
Oh, that's dope.
Like the kind with the seat that you have to
I want that property.
do the wheel and go.
Yeah, I want that property. I want to be the owner of that property.
Me too.
Yeah, right?
Me too. And many of the houses, they have basements that have bunkers in them. You know, like they're prepared for whatever just because of their whole mentality of World War II. You know, they tried to stay out of it, but they're like, you know, we're going to stay out of it, but if you come here, oh my God.
I mean, technically that's close to where my blood comes from, so
okay,
we're Nordic.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. You mentioned you were Viking.
Scandinavia.
So where is your family from originally?
Scandinavia.
Yeah,
supposedly. That's what I has traced it back to.
Hell yeah.
Technically, the last name is Anderson.
Anderson. Okay.
So it's son of Anders.
Son of Anders.
Ander.
Or Anders, if you're
correct.
You know, yeah.
Correct. Yeah. You know, I'm an American.
Yeah, I learned Anders from
Son of
Workaholics.
Yes.
Yeah,
yeah.
Workaholics is a great show. If you haven't watched it, it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite shows.
Yeah. So you've never been over? Where else have you traveled besides Costa Rica and not Sweden?
As long as it's south and the food's good, I'll go. Because I normally go for the temperature.
You and me both, brother. That's why I'm probably, if I go to Sweden, I'm going to be staying inside most of the time.
Right.
And I'm going to be looking at most of the stuff through windows.
Every time I go to Colorado or something like that, I'm not out there that much. No.
Yeah, no. Even in the summertime, it's too cold. I was in, where is Yellowstone? That's Wyoming, I think.
Sounds right.
That Mexican cigar you had earlier is making my mind a little loopy. But yeah, wherever Yellowstone is, I was there the summertime with my girlfriend at the time, and I went hiking because she was a park ranger, and there was snow on the ground in like July up in the mountains, just patches of snow.
That's cool.
Just chilling on the ground.
Right. The temp's right. Everything's right.
Yeah. And like I was wearing shorts and it was all nice, but like there's snow sitting there. It's so crazy.
Yep.
Like I'm originally from Virginia, so I'm used to snow, but I'm used to snow going away.
Right.
But apparently out there it just never leaves.
But one of the times I was in Colorado, the first time technically I wanted to see snow. Mm-hmm. Normally I just avoid it, but I was like, no, we'll make it official.
We'll make a snowball.
Yes, exactly. We actually had a snowball fight and everything. It's in one of my music videos.
I didn't make it down there.
I think it's Mile High.
Mile High.
Yeah.
I'll watch that one.
Yeah, you'll see snowball getting thrown or whatever.
That's your first snowball fight?
Yeah, it's our first time ever going out there, me and my buddy. That's why we were talking about it. It's like, you've never done it, I've never done it. We're right here, and we can see it from where we are. Let's just go for a drive up the mountain because the temperature was right, like what you were saying.
Yeah.
The temp's right. We're in good... Let's do it. So we went up there and just screwed around in the
Do you
snow
need more?
and actually filmed it and put it in the video.
Hell yeah!
Used it as some B-roll.
What's the way to do it?
Making memory. Smiles per gallon. That's what it's about. Smiles per gallon.
Did you want some too? We have Taylor here in the background.
LARP harder.
LARP harder, baby. Right there. Shablow.
It's an awesome patch. Got one myself.
Yeah. Like I told you, I tried to find your patch up here so I could put it in a prominent spot, but it's not there. I looked like 3 or 4 times. There's a ton of patches, but yours is not there, and I know I have. It's somewhere in this room. It has to be.
It's okay.
Or it's in my house, but either way, it's a great patch. So, I'm curious if there's any games that are coming up that you're really, really excited for, except for the PFC Jamie Riley game coming this weekend.
Yeah, that one's a tradition.
Yep, that's our yearly game.
Yep, that was a tradition for my team as well. We plan to do Mini Mill Sim 6. I think we're going tan. We're going to be
same.
I think we're running with Smoke. We're going to be helping him out.
Hell yeah.
Bratchy would have the details. Like I said, this year I'm not really focused on that part. Okay. So Bratchy would have the details on that. But on the next game after that, I think is March Madness.
Yes.
And Bratcher is being a squad lead or an EXO, I think. I think he's an EXO.
Which team do you know? There's 3 factions, apparently.
I think he has his own.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he, I can't give away too much details, but I think he has his own faction.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm thinking about it. I shouldn't spill no beans.
Yeah. It's better to keep the OPSEC sect.
Airsoft and its politics.
Yeah, I know.
Y'all got to knock that shit off.
You really do. They get distasteful very quickly, but it's okay. We're all about positivity here. And those are some games I am really looking forward to. Is there like a dream game or a dream field that if you got the chance to go that you would absolutely go no matter what? Like most people would say Ballahack.
I was going to say that's the cliche one.
Yeah.
Of course. That's on the bucket list.
I mean, it is definitely a mecca for Airsoft.
To be honest, I think the dream fields, we have them.
Mm.
I think we have them all in our Central Florida area.
I think you're right, too.
I think we're crushing it.
Have you been to B3 yet?
No.
Dude, B3, you would love B3.
Where's that? Jacksonville?
Pensacola?
Like up north. Yeah, that's
the
one
it's
you go up to at the end of the year. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to be I'll invite you on that this year. I was there for their opening day, and it was fantastic.
So I know Bratcher wants to go to that one, too.
Dude, he's going to love it.
Yeah.
Bratcher's going to kill it there. They've got a fuselage there that you could go in, an airplane fuselage.
I think I remember him talking about that.
Yeah, I blew a guy up with a grenade in there.
Gotcha.
That felt really good.
Right.
Because I got it on the camera when it blew up, and he just did the whole,
Oh, he did a holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was so perfect, because it was just like out of the corner of the camera. I think most people probably missed it, but if you go back to the B3 Milsom opening day, it's in the first, 5 minutes.
Yeah. That's another thing I love from Airsoft, is that aspect. When
the ham.
Some people out there are actually this experienced in the Airsoft sport or therapy game, whatever you would like to call it, to where they've been playing this so many years, they now incorporate the LARPing. So when you shoot them, they do the funniest stuff ever.
Yeah.
And it's
I love it.
For me, that's a whole, I'm here for that. Just if I get to shoot somebody and they do that, that's just so hilarious.
Yeah, or you shoot someone
hilarious.
real up close and they do the whole,
and they're like, oh, what? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I've definitely ran through a doorway with a quick snapshot.
Yeah.
And the dude was like, oh, man. Like, what just happened?
I want to recreate that scene from Platoon where he's on his knees just getting shot from the
yeah. That is a good one.
Yeah.
Didn't they try to do that in Tropic Thunder? Didn't they copy that? Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah.
That's such a good movie. I recently rewatched that, man. I know what's his face got crap for doing blackface or whatever, but
I think everybody approves it.
I think it was a solid performance. That was not blackface. That was like straight up
Yeah,
acting.
no.
I mean, well, if you want blackface, watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
No, I've never
times.
heard any flack that from my end. So that shit's always just classic.
It didn't happen at the time, but I remember like 2 years ago, it got brought up and they were trying to cancel Robert Downey Jr. That's his name.
Really?
Yeah.
It actually got brought up.
Yeah, and they were like,
See, I stay in my own lane. I don't pay attention to the world of jargon out there.
Dude, he's crazy. I watch that on YouTube sometimes, just looking at like the random gossip that people get into. It is so crazy. They were trying, and he was just kind of laughing about it. He was like, "Okay, so everybody forgot about the '90s when I was on drugs the entire time.
Way worse.
I got arrested how many times? 4 or 5.
Mm-hmm.
Punched a cop. Now I'm Iron Man, and now you're talking about blackface. Come on. Oh, whatever. But yeah, this whole thing about LARPers, that's what I want to do with this podcast. Like, I want to interview all the airsofters, and I want to reach out to like people that go to Comic-Con, people that dress up like Batman of Spring Hill, Darth Vader of Spring Hill.
Gotcha.
These people, because I mean, I don't even know if you know. I don't know how many people know. But myself and Aaron, we're writing a charity game for Mass Miracles, and Mass Miracles is the charity for Batman of Spring Hill, and
that is actually ringing the bell. The two together.
Okay,
I think I overheard that before.
Okay,
maybe when we were at lunch or something.
Yeah, probably. I've been trying to tell more people about it so that it's not so much of a surprise when it pops up.
I think it might have been a concept when I heard about it.
Yeah, well, it's being written right now.
I got you.
And Aaron, he's got a script that's fantastic. I'm honestly shocked about how good it was and how quick he got it through. But like, I want to get those people into our community because they're, like you said, they're going to make
a whole nother level to it. It's awesome when they play.
Yeah. Yep. They're going to make the gameplay itself a lot more fun, and then they're going to make all of our videos and the pictures and everything.
For the kids, it's amazing.
Yeah.
For the vets that need something to just goof off with, but also train, it's perfect. Yeah. For people like me, I can be caught up being a little too serious too serious sometimes. So I'm just in the zone.
Yeah.
And then that's why I always noticed Holiday out there on the field because he kicks ass.
Yeah.
But he's goofy.
Yeah, but because he's having fun.
That's the key.
That's why he's kicking ass.
That's
he's
the key. Because I'm over here doing my thing, thinking I am who I am, whatever. Mm-hmm. And I notice he's having a great time. I'm just training.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Let me rethink this.
Yeah.
Maybe I should goof off a little bit too.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And if I'm doing it, and if he's doing it because that is funny to me, then I know that can carry on to the kids.
Yeah.
And to other people that are new to the sport. Then they're going to be, more, wait a minute, it's not all MilSim, it's not all, CQB, no, it's not all about that.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be. I've seen people go out there without a gun.
Yeah, same here.
No shirt on.
There's this kid at Holy Cows, we called him Scoops, because he ran around with an ice cream scoop.
That's what I'm saying.
And homeboy would kill people, too.
I would be protecting him all day.
Dude, I did too. I would escort him. If you're watching, come back.
I would be escorting you, by the way, if I saw you out on the field, because that would be fun.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's holy crap. I forgot about that kid until just now. He just kind of dropped off. But kids with school and
life,
and they're trying to be older. Maybe playing airsoft is lame to them. You never know.
Oh, some people get ragged on about it.
Yeah, I've seen it. Unfortunately. And I mean,
they don't understand the translation of real world, how this actually applies.
Yeah. There is a lot.
This is a game, but there's so many factors to airsoft itself. There's too many levels to just say it's one thing.
Mm-hmm. Because I've seen people basically use this as a weight loss thing. Mm-hmm. I've seen other people use it for tactical training.
Me as myself. Yep.
Yeah. I've seen other people use it for mental health.
Me as myself.
Yeah.
Like, there's a whole list of them where I'm like, yep. That's why I call it therapy, because once I noticed how many rewards I was getting from the sport, I was like, yeah. That is worth every dime, because people pay a lot of money for therapy.
They really do.
And they get nothing from it.
And you're paying like $30 a day.
and they get nothing from it though.
No, they
That's
don't.
the whole point. Like they're stuck thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not getting any answers for problems that sometimes don't have answers.
Mm-hmm. And the sport teaches you to focus on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So fix that yourself.
Yeah, and it helps
if
you
your
to focus
gear's
on.
falling apart,
Yep,
that's your problem. You need to fix your gear.
Exactly.
You need to think about: did I buy the Amazon gear? Did I buy the real gear? Did I buy the Airsoft gear or the Striker gear?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It depends on what tiers you buy it.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to understand.
Yeah, it's crazy to me, and yeah, the airsoft community is one that I don't know if you had this same feeling, but like right when I started talking to everybody, it felt like that puzzle piece clicking where I was like, okay, this is going to be in my life forever.
Well, I think, to be honest, me and Bratch were watching your videos before we even started.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you were playing before I was.
No, I don't think so.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I think you were one of the videos, and we just liked your vibe, that you were positive.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Everybody tells me that.
And that's why we were watching, because you were funny, and your deaths we
Yeah.
that was the seller for us, because we could tell that, okay, he's out here having fun, which is the point.
Yeah, you can't take this seriously. Honestly, like the people that you see take it seriously, you can't take them seriously.
You shouldn't.
You know,
you shouldn't. I have to tell them all the time. The new thing, if you're watching, is say Airsoft Mad, because it's pretty funny.
Airsoft Mad.
He's Airsoft Mad. Airsoft Mad. Now I'm mad. I'm Airsoft Mad. It's pretty funny.
I love that.
It's pretty funny. Now, if you got 6 or 7 people that understand what's going on, everybody just starts saying, I'm Airsoft Mad.
Yeah.
It makes that person seem pretty goofy.
Yeah.
That's the whole point, because we've been trying to find a positive way to address this situation.
Yeah.
When somebody loses that temper, or somebody, he's Airsoft Mad. It's okay.
Yeah. I like that. And maybe like surround him and try to hug him or something. I know, like we're not supposed to touch everybody.
Yeah,
but,
it's okay, buddy.
Yeah.
You know? Because it happens to everybody. It happens to me. It happens to everybody. Everybody in Airsoft hits that one point where you're Airsoft Mad.
Yeah. Sometimes you're just playing it too much, too often.
You get lost in the sauce.
Yep. Too much of a good thing can be a bad thing. Even when you're out there exercising and hanging out with your buds. You know?
Yep.
I've gotten Airsoft Mad before, too. And I think I have it on camera. I'm probably going to share it with people, but I kind of yelled at somebody that was a first timer, and I felt bad about it. I apologized to him afterwards. You're watching, okay? I'm pretty sure you killed me with one of the grenades I gave you. All right, so squaresies. But like, I yelled at him because I was talking to a ref, and he was shooting me in the back. And I was like, "I'm talking to a ref, and my hand is up. Can't you see that? Are you blind?" You know, something like that. And I just hear, "I'm sorry," and then he pops back behind the counter. And then one of the refs comes up to me, like one of the teenage refs. He's like, "Yeah, you were kind of mean to that guy." I was like, "Dang it!"
You're like, "Well, wait a minute.
Looks like I'm getting rid of some patches. Patches and grenades. Here you go. I'm so sorry, buddy."
Right. And then he killed you with one. You said, right?
I think he did. Yeah. I honestly do, because I've
karma.
got boxes of EG67 grenades still.
And that's cool, because you said he was a newer player, right?
Yeah, he was a newer player, brand new gun and everything. So I had to tell him, like, hey, your grouping, on point. You got like 7 in the same spot in my back, bro.
Oh, I'm hit.
Yeah. Like, I'm going to look at that tonight. It's going to look like those old cap gun reels.
Yeah.
Someone just put it there and whack, just smacked it. But yeah, I mean, he came back. He kept playing. That was at Gulf Coast Airsoft. So, I mean, I don't know where he's playing right now. Hopefully they're going to be back open soon.
What was the new field you said?
Right down the street from the old one.
What's it called?
Gulf Coast Airsoft.
Oh, they're still calling it Gulf Coast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, same name, just different building.
Okay.
I
thought you had mentioned another name recently.
The Badlands.
No, wasn't it?
Oh.
It was a new field opening.
Oh, Outdoor Extreme Hudson.
I think that was it.
Yeah, it's former Gator Paintball. They might be one of my new home fields because they are 20 minutes away from my house.
And check it out.
Yeah, I'm going there February 3rd and 4th if you want to come. Taylor will be there. I want to try to get Coy there for the 4th because he normally works on Saturdays.
Coy's another great example for Airsoft.
I love that guy.
Coy's another great example because he goes hard.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't understand that his builds are beyond milsim builds. They're real builds.
Yeah.
On an airsoft gun, but he's also goofy.
He's goofy as hell.
Has a great time.
I've seen him because I know him personally. Like, we're friends. I've only seen him distressed like twice.
Yeah, I've always seen him smiling.
Yeah, one of the times is when, I'm not going to get into a whole bunch of details, but he was basically moving out of his parents' house because they're oppressive,
stressful.
Yeah, they're oppressive, stereotypical parents.
Parents. That's all I would say. Just parents. Yeah.
But they're immigrants too, so they've got that added thing of like, you must succeed because we put in all the effort to come to this country.
He's got that pressure on him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And you always see it in people like Coy, where he's just really calm.
I was just about to say you would never notice. You would never notice that. A lot of people say the same thing about me.
Yeah. Yeah, you're always cool, calm, collected.
Yeah, even you just gotta weather the storm, guys and girls. If you guys, this too shall pass.
Great quote. I don't know what smart guy said that, but I've heard it a whole bunch of times.
It's real. You just embrace the suck and move forward.
Yeah, I think we've all been in those situations in life where we don't know how to get out of it. I was in that in 2020. Thank God I found airsoft. It literally saved my life, dude.
The best thing I say sometimes, I like this quote. There was a man and a horse, and the man was lost, and the horse had the guidance because the horse always knows where to go.
Yeah.
And the man asked the horse, "How do you always know where to go?" And the horse replied, "Just one foot in front of the other."
Yep. Yeah, you just keep on walking those baby steps,
You'll get there.
I love those little quotes and sayings and stuff. I've got a book of Buddhist ones for every day, but some of them just don't make sense because I'm not Buddhist.
Different time.
That's why I've been keeping the book. I've been reading it off and on every year since I was like 15. And some of the quotes I understand more as time goes on.
Right.
It's just, you're not at the right point in your life to understand what it means.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's...
everything does happen for a reason.
It does. And I'm hoping that more people will get into airsoft and be, positive like you and really help excel the sport to be what it could be. Because, this has been therapeutic for a lot of people that I've so many people I talk to have so many different problems, myself included. And none of us are perfect, but the one thing I found out is that most people at airsoft at least try to strive for that integrity and try to be better.
Yep.
So I'm hoping that we could get a lot more people into it.
Yeah, I highly recommend the airsoft community. It's to anybody that may need to share this to a friend to give them an example of, what's to kind of expect, because there's all sorts of versions of it, but this would be the video,
Hell yeah. So you have anything else that you want to talk about?
Kind of curious what you've been up to lately.
Well, I've been struggling with trying to get progressed in work right now. I've been kind of stagnant with my career, so I've been trying to get that kind of boosted up. I'm an environmental professional, but where I'm at right now, I'm basically just churning out report after report after report and getting nowhere. So,
gotcha.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have a conversation. Yeah, it's just a grind right now, and I haven't gotten the raises that I thought I would get by now. So I'm gonna keep working on that. But on the positive side, I've been working on getting this podcast going, working on getting my my whole outfit and persona together for Raoul Duke for this weekend. You've seen Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the shirt right there.
I've been staring at it. Yeah, I was wondering. I was going to ask you.
Yeah, that tag right there is actually a sticker.
I can't tell who's in because it's too far away.
Yeah.
That's funny, though. That's perfect.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I've got a bag of Raoul Duke where I've got a bunch of drugs and and booze and tape recorder that I'll have duct taped to myself. Old school tape recorder, so I could do interviews on Sunday.
Perfect.
Maybe even a little bit on Saturday. We'll see how the turnout is and how everybody's feeling. But
which event was that?
The PFC Jamie Riley game.
Okay, yeah. Yep, the memorial event.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry.
This is the 3rd or 4th annual. I'm going to have Tori on to talk about it, but she, one of the recent things I did was I talked to her for like 2 hours about Jamie Riley. And I'm going to let her talk about it here. We can talk about it a little bit in private, but I'm definitely going to let her give the whole story about why we have a memorial game for him. I mean, it's obvious that he died, but she explained to me how, and shame on you, military. Seriously. Quite angry at the U.S. Army right now, but I'll tell you about that later. But
I know a bit about it, but yeah,
you know
we'll
Tori.
We'll let her discuss that.
Yeah, that's her thing to discuss. But screw you, Army. I'm not happy with you. But yeah, besides that, I'm just trying to get prepped for this weekend and the next. What's that one that's at Warzone? The one with the 3 different factions.
I think that's March Madness.
March Madness, yeah. That's what it is. I'm getting ready for March Madness too.
I keep getting all those fields up here in Ocala area mixed up.
Yeah, me too.
I keep getting them all mixed up.
Wasteland.
Wasteland I know of because I remember the flea market.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that one. But there's some of them that I keep forgetting which one actually is which until I get there, and I'm like, oh,
yeah,
duh.
Yeah, there's the one with the flea market, and the Warzone is across the street from the drive-in theater.
There you go. Yep.
Which, I mean, that's a dream place to play Airsoft, would be at a drive-in theater with some crazy movies going on there.
Yeah, that place is fun.
That would be fantastic. But no, besides that, not too much going on. I'm hoping to find an editor for this, since this is a whole other project, and I'll be switching between these 3 cameras and getting the right angle for people talking and whatnot. But this train is just moving. It seems like everybody was really excited to hear from you today. Hopefully we got to. I mean, is there anything else that you're into besides Airsoft and rap and Costa Rica and good food?
No,
shooting?
I think we pretty much covered the gist about me. But one thing I would like to note, like I was mentioning about the Airsoft politics,
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? People just got to learn to let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't take it so serious. It shouldn't be that way. Like I was telling a lot of team leaders, it really doesn't matter if your team's the best out there or the worst out there or best of character or whatever it is. Just do better. Just do better. It just bring more positive into the sport, into the airsoft community, to the network. That's one of my main things that I just want to kind of make sure that we nip that in the butt.
Yeah,
because they say Southern Florida is kind of like bad for airsoft. So I guess I didn't even know this. I was unaware of this when I entered, the sport and the community.
Same. And
finding this out is kind of like, okay, so my team kicks ass. The resistance kicks ass. A lot of people put in work down here, but there's some bad apples that make us look really bad.
Right.
It'd be nice if we could somehow influence those bad apples to, like we've been explaining the whole night, to just be more positive or not take it so serious. Don't get lost in the sauce. Whatever the case may be, just, say Airsoft mad. Just try to give them that example that, it's not just knock it off. You know what I mean? And especially with the team rivalries, it's not needed. You keep that on the field with the BBs.
Yeah.
No politics.
Yeah, it's like people are throwing up gang signs over their Airsoft teams. It's the weirdest thing I've seen.
I hate to say it, but it's childish. And there's grown men that are doing it too, and it's not just an age thing. It is what it is. And if I can help change that, that's what I'm here to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
See, I think a lot of these, like we were talking earlier, is a lack of communication or just straight up bad communication.
Right.
And
telephone game.
Yeah. One of the things I wouldn't mind doing is whenever one of these beefs pops up, that we have like some people that are willing to be mediators, like in school.
Right.
We're like, okay, you're mad at this person. Let's both sit down. Let's go to like Outback Steakhouse, eat some cheese fries, figure this out, and then leave as friends. You know, because odds are whatever is going on, it's airsoft. It doesn't matter.
Believe it or not, the resistance, the Florida resistance, what we created,
Mm-hmm.
we were all trying to actually address that same issue.
Yeah.
Because some teams are just, they don't like each other, and it just doesn't work for them community.
No, it doesn't.
Because you're affecting the people around you that come to play and have nothing to do with your internal issues.
Right.
So how can we address this correctly? We figured we might start doing some events to make sure rivals are playing together.
I love that idea. Because you're not going to be able to hate a person when you're actually talking. You actually have to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
Because what are you going to do? You're going to set them up for failure?
It's your teammate.
Yeah. Which some people may do. There's that old saying, you're so mad that you'll cut off your nose to spite your face.
But that's where the integrity comes in.
Mm-hmm.
That's where that's the whole, at least we're going to attempt it.
Right. I think that's a fantastic idea. I think that's perfect.
It's definitely on the drawing board.
Yeah. I know that there are teams that don't like it. There's like fields that don't get along with each other either.
Right.
There's rivalry between owners and businesses and stuff.
Business, we all understand, at least most of us understand. Business is different.
Yeah.
We try to keep that away from airsoft. That's another thing that I would like to shield away. Because some people do, it is about business for certain people. And, of course, that's how they pay their bills. So they're going to take it serious.
Mm-hmm.
But to the rest of everybody else, it's not that. So that business owner, that's their thing. We can't blame them, fault them, none of that. That's just business. That's the way that goes. That's just business. Now, when it comes to admins, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You have to be a good admin. It can't be bad admin because bad bit. No. You have to be a pillar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to be somebody like MagFed Otter.
Yeah, I love him. He's on my list to be on here too.
You got to be somebody that's very positive. That'll just, here, grab this Nerf thing. You know what I mean? And give you a task. And it's like, what? That sounds goofy. Yeah, but go do it.
Sounds awesome.
You know what I mean? It's just, it's a motivator. It's an inspiration, and it's positive.
Yeah.
So that's the whole point, is just being a pillar and bringing more to the airsoft community. If we can all do our own part, just being positive, sweet.
Yeah. It'll be a much better place.
Yep.
All the games will run a lot more smoothly. Everybody will have more fun.
We'll stop being the butthole of airsoft, apparently. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I didn't know that until Cassavac. And people are telling me, that, basically Florida airsoft doesn't have, it's not just South Florida, it's
Correct.
just Florida in general.
They blanket pretty much Central and South.
Yeah.
I've heard North Florida gets exempt for that, so I haven't really played much North Florida.
Yeah.
So I can't equate for that, but
you'll come.
I have been told by a good friend of mine that travels all over the world, and he had to tell me himself, dude, Florida, they don't call their hits.
Yeah.
Florida don't call their hits, or they get mad. Every game in every field in South Florida or Central Florida, you're going to get into an argument. May not you, or you'll see somebody upset,
right,
which is a part of the game.
Yeah.
So I thought, and that's what he was explaining to me. No. It's not like that, Rye.
Yeah.
It's not like that. I've been to other states. I've been to tons of fields where not one person yells. Everyone calls their hits. Nobody's upset. And I'm like, in a little bit of disbelief, because we don't have none of that. What are you talking about? Like, I know people that purposely won't take the hit until you take your hit because they died and didn't want to take it. And they're like, screw that. And I've seen it. Like, there's videos of it. You know what I mean? And that's what he was saying. That just doesn't happen in other states. So if anybody's listening, nip that in the butt. There's just the war crimes. Yeah, that's another thing. The war crimes is ridiculous. Apparently down here we're the worst at it. It's a joke to win a game on war crimes and to lose a game on war crimes
Yep.
is both a loss as far as I'm concerned.
It is.
It's a sting for every player that comes out there that paid their money for that event. It's a stinger for them.
Yeah, because we want to have an honest game. We want to have honest results and stuff like that. And some people don't want honest results, which is sad. But I do agree with you that the vast majority of our players are positive and that they do have integrity. But I've seen it myself, and I've had to cut it out of so many of my videos where I've shot someone 6 or 7 times. I had one at a field I'm not going to mention, obviously, but I shot the guy in the crotch, like 5 or 6
in
times.
The tendies.
Yeah, and like he flinched and everything, and then he shot me, and I was like, oh, "Okay, good trade, brother."
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm at. Yeah, because some people they're just like, "Okay, I died," but that's where we go back to the integrity thing and just keep it positive for the other person because that's their reward that they got that shot off.
That's why my videos are the way they are. That's why I show every death that I get so that I can give that person their credit.
It used to be my favorite thing. Me and Bracker, we were actually racking up 1-balls. Anybody that's paying attention, 1-balls is one shot. Apparently, in other states, that actually happens.
Yeah.
Down here, 1-ball.
Yeah.
No big deal. That was nothing. I'm still here. No, I just 1-balled you, bro.
Yeah.
I tried to do it with respect. I just 1-balled you because I moved on. I sent that. I know I hit you, and I moved on.
Yep.
But you didn't respect the 1-ball, so now I have to double back and light you up. And now you say, why'd you light me up? Because I 1-balled you, and I 1-balled the next person, and that person definitely called it, but you didn't call it.
Right.
So that makes no sense.
Right.
So now I got to double back and tap you up just so you don't spitefully shoot me up, which is not the whole point.
Right.
I just want to 1-ball you. Yeah. This is gotcha. Oh, you got me? Cool. Because I'm going to call the hit. And normally I actually don't call the hit. I'm guilty of that. You'll always see me put my hand up, though. Yeah. You'll always see, because you're vocal about it.
Yeah.
That's one thing I tell my teammates, you do whatever you need to do. But I always let the person know you got me. Mm-hmm. I always, you'll see me wave my hand, thumbs up, or I might say great shot. Yeah. But most of the time, it's from a distance. Yeah. So I don't think they're going to hear me, and I don't want to yell in a box or give away positions and stuff like that. So I'll wave a hand.
I get it. I give away my position all the time, especially when I shoot someone. I yell, good call, brother.
Right.
And then I see just everybody shooting my way. Like, God dang it.
Sometimes I'll just shoot a thumbs up. I was like, thumbs up. That was awesome.
That's a good idea. I might do that next time.
Because it's at least I let them know. I remember asking one field if we could try to implement the hand waving, but it got a little confusing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because it's like people can pump fake that. Yeah. Especially in windows. Yeah. Because normally 10, well, I can't say 10 out of 10, but 8 out of 10, if somebody's waving, that means don't shoot me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. But some people will take advantage of that and just run through.
Yeah, I've seen that a couple times.
It's like,
it's weird.
The integrity part.
Yeah. And like, when you're playing with your friends and you're just kind of goofing around, I kind of get that. But like, when you're playing with strangers, you got to keep it.
Honor it.
Yeah. Because you never know. Mm-hmm. Airsoft, this is the community where I've met the most diverse amount of people. Where you'll have veterans playing with, cops, playing with felons, playing with,
kids,
playing with college students,
old people,
playing with plumbers,
old men,
transgenders,
retired,
yeah, gay people, everybody. This is one of the most diverse communities, and you just have to
special needs for sure.
Yeah,
there's a lot of kids out there with special needs, which is one of the main reasons, if anybody's still paying attention, why I actually try to put into this sport, because there's some kids out there that need it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and every single one of us is on the autism spectrum. I don't care what anybody says. They come in there.
We all got our goofiness.
Yeah, they come in there. They poll us. We're gonna be really high up there, man. But man, this was fun, dude. Is there there anything else you want to go over? Anything you want to plug? Any businesses?
No, I haven't prepared anything like that. We're just winging it, being on the fly. It was an honor. Yeah, it was an honor, brother.
Dude, thank you so much. Make sure you check out Rugor Rye on Facebook. And again, let's get him back into music, okay? Let's make sure that let's like all of his, like everything, share it. Let's make sure that when he shows up to an airsoft field that he hears water whipping coming out of everybody's cars. And he's looking around for a jet ski and a bottle of whatever. What was the bottle that you were drinking of that? Do you remember?
It was probably champagne, rosé, or something like that. Yeah,
that was awesome.
Yeah, I think it was just to color coordinate. I think Forgiato had brought that out for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, this was fantastic, man. Thank you so much for making the trip up here. Hopefully, I'll be able to get this out next week or something like that. But if you want to be on the show, if you have anybody else that you'd like to be on the show, please comment below. Hit me up on the next airsoft field. And beyond that, thanks for watching the first episode of Adventures in Podcasting. We'll see you on the next one. Waka waka.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect, dude. Thank you so much, man. That was great. Yeah, hug. We got a hug out after that one. All right, let me shut off these cameras here. I think that went well.
Yeah.
Cut.